Hey guys, Mike Martinez, and today, I want to talk about something that some people might seem odd, right? Because actually what I want to talk about is the law of sowing and reaping and Facebook marketing. And a lot of people might not see the correlation there, right? Because first of all, let me explain what the law of sowing and reaping, just most of you know, but just to kind of make sure that we're all on the same page here. The law of sowing and reaping says that what you put out is what you get back, right? When you put apple seed on the ground, what happens? You get grapefruits, right? No, you get an apple, right? You get an apple tree, and then apples, grow out of that, right? And that's a universal law. That's what we call a universal law that means it's immutable. It doesn't change. It's something that is just a constant in our universe, right? In our world. But that law right there can be applied to so many other different things, right? Like for instance, and a lot of times, we look at it from a negative and positive point of view. Hey, positive people are always getting positive things, positive situations, positive people, positive circumstances coming back to them, right? And on the other hand, you got negative people that put out all this negativity, always have a negative vibration to them, always attracting negative situations. And if you ask a negative person, hey, do you think anything, do you think your attitude or maybe the way you act or the way you respond to things in a negative way, you think that's maybe bringing, that has nothing to do with it, you don't know what you're talking about, right? They're negative even about that. But here's the point, and here's why I want to create it, I created a correlation. By the way, I put a blog post on this on my website, mike-martinez.com, so take a look. But the bottom line is that the law of sowing and reaping doesn't just end. It's something that's constant, something that's circling around us in every single situation in life, right? It's also called the law of cause and effect, right? And what happens is, guys, a lot of times we think with social media marketing and Facebook marketing that, and maybe we're not making this conscious decision, but here's the bottom line. Does the law of sowing and reaping affect your Facebook marketing? And it does, and here's why it does. Because if you're a person that all you do is put posts out there and you want people to like, comment, and share your stuff, but you're not going out to like, comment, and share other people's stuff, right? I want the attention. Hey, everybody look over here, huh? Right? And you're not willing to look in other people's directions, guess what? That's the seed that you're dropping. And those are the responses. That's the result. That's the cause. The cause is, hey, this is what I'm doing. And the effect is going to be exactly related to the cause, right? So I'm saying if you drop a different seed, you get a different response. You get a different, you reap different results, right? And when it comes to social media marketing, specifically Facebook marketing, we got to go out there and go and give, and this is the key. You got to give what it is that you want. If you want attention, guess what? You got to give attention. If you want people to like your stuff, guess what? You got to go out there and like other people's stuff. If you want more comments on your posts, on your whatever it is that you got to give more comments to other people, right? Now, what happens when you give a comment? What happens when you go and you put a post up and somebody likes it, or several people like it? What happens? What happens? Seriously, think about what happens. You go out there and you say, hey, look at that, somebody liked my post, and you click on it and you see who liked it. And sometimes, and I know I've done this before, You say, oh, John Smith liked my post. Who's this John Smith guy? And now you're looking at John Smith. And now you're looking at his post, right? You see how this works? This is the law of sowing and reaping on social media, on Facebook, right? It happens, it's just the law. It's an immutable law, guys. And you can't go around it. You can't just say, oh no, that's stupid, Mike. The law of sowing and reaping on Facebook, that doesn't work. What results are you getting, right? Don't trust me. Look at the results, right? But I can tell you this, guys. The people that are taking the time to go out there and like, comment, and share other people's stuff are people that have other people like, commenting, and sharing their stuff, right? That's what happens, guys. It's just what happens. If you're willing to give attention to somebody else, other people are going to be willing to give attention to you. Now, here's the key. And I want you to, if you forget everything else that I say, here's the key, right? The law of sowing and reaping has a cousin law, right? Another universal law that's very closely related to the law of sowing and reaping. And that's the law of higher compensation. And here's what the law of higher compensation says. The law of higher compensation says if you take a seed, an apple seed, and you put it in the ground, what happens? You develop an apple tree, right? Now, God rewards you, and this is the genius of God, right? God rewards you with one more apple seed. No. He overcompensates. He doesn't give you one apple seed for one apple seed that you planted. He gives you thousands of apple seeds. Why? Because every tree grows more than one apple. Every apple has more than one seed, right? So if the tree is there for 100 years or 1,000 years, trees live a long time, right? How many apples are you getting? How many seeds are you getting? You throw down one little wheat seed and you get a wheat stalk. How many? That wheat stalk is going to have hundreds, if not thousands, of wheat seeds. This is the law of overcompensation. So it's not one for one. God has made it so that it's overcompensated. So the law of sowing and reaping, if you start developing that and saying consciously, this is what I'm going to do, right? You also put into effect the law of overcompensation. And I'll tell you what, guys, you really got to take this law of overcompensation into mind because it happens in reverse too. What do I mean? When you do something bad, when you do something where you're throwing out negative situations out there, you get overcompensated too, right? You get bad things coming in spades, bad things coming in multiples to you, right? Have you ever done that? Unfortunately, I could say I have, right? As a young man, I didn't know these laws and I didn't know, hey, if I do something bad, it's coming back, right? So here's what I'm telling you. Why not intelligently use these laws in your favor as opposed to ignoring them? Law of sowing and reaping, that doesn't really work. I'm not telling you to trust me. I'm asking you to test it. Test it. That's what I say to people, Don't ever trust what I say just on blind faith. Why? Because I want you to prove it to yourself. Not that I'm lying to you, but I want you to say, wow, that is true. And when you come to that realization, when your eyes open up to the beauty of this, I'm telling you, you're going to see things in a different way. You're going to produce different results. That's what it's all about. So, Mike Martinez, take that with you, put it into play, see if maybe you get something out of it, right? What if you put the law of sowing and reaping into place? And you know what? The law of overcompensation, you just have to participate in the law of sowing and reaping, and you'll benefit from the law of overcompensation. Overcompensation happens on its own. It happens because of the law of sowing and reaping. I told you they're like cousins, right? Universal law, like the law of gravity. You can't get away from it, right? So use it. Why not? Why not align yourself with that law? Why not get more out of your results, more out of life, more out of your enjoyment, more out of your love? I'll tell you what, guys, you want love? You got to give love, right? You plant love seeds all over, and I'm telling you, love starts sprouting. You start reaping love. You put hate out there, same thing happens, right? And you get it in spades. You get a lot of hate coming back. I'm telling you, go out there, align yourself with the right law, align yourself with the law of sowing and reaping, and you're going to see a major, major difference. So Mike Martinez, again, put this into play. Test it for yourself. See if it makes sense. And if it does, you got a tool to help you build your life, to help you take your life to another level, to help you take your marketing and your business to another level. I'll be speaking to you soon.